Hello, and welcome to my channel. Well, Donald Trump has been President Trump for 9 days now, and he has he has submitted his cabinet picks for approval, as well as issued what I hear approximately 250 executive orders, but those are also in the form of proclamations, declarations, and reformations. Um, on today's video, I am going to address two of the executive orders that directly impact his campaign promise for cost reductions. Okay, and also it touches on his promise to immigrate migrants. Number one is his emergency price relief EO, and that basically purports that the presidential memorandum recognized a critical component of the crushing cost of everyday living. And his solution is to have all federal agencies untangle the American economy from Biden's constraints and improve affordability of necessary goods and services and increase the prosperity of the American workers. This includes dramatically lower the cost of housing and expand housing supply, eliminate unnecessary administrative expense and rent seeking practices that drive up healthcare costs. Some of these, I think, have uh, spelling errors or misplaced. I was reading through a few of the executive orders, and some of them do have errors in it, but that's what this one states. Practices that drive up healthcare costs, eliminate counterproductive requirements, raising the cost of home appliances, create employment opportunities for American workers, including drawing discouraged workers into the labor force, and eliminate harmful coercive climate policies, driving up the cost of food and fuel. Okay, so basically, his solution is to delegate that federal agencies untangle the American economy. They will be responsible for presenting Donald Trump with actions to obtain these objectives. No other specific cost reduction actions are presented within this document. So my read is that he is clearly emphasizing his corporate donor objectives to reduce and cancel as many government regulations as possible. Okay. And the next executive order I wanted to discuss is protecting the American people against invasion. This deals with the immigration policies that he's currently enacting to return immigrants, undocumented immigrants, back to their countries of origin. Basically, it is the policy of the United States to faithfully execute the immigration laws against all inadmissible and removable aliens, particularly those aliens who threaten the safety and security of the American people. This impacts his goal, his campaign promise of reducing costs, housing as well as food costs, particularly food costs, in that a lot of the immigrants work on farms and industries, facilities that supply Americans with food. and by by deporting this group, it's going to result in higher labor costs if the farmers can even find someone to replace them, um, higher import costs due to the tariffs that are placed on imports and exports with China, Canada, and Mexico, higher production costs, and possibly supply chain. Well, more than likely it will, because even businesses now are ramping up um, in preparation for the tariffs that Trump said he was going to enact. But supply chain disruptions, any disruptions in supply chain could lead to temporary shortages and price spikes for certain products. And that surely is happening right now, I think. I went to the grocery store last week and again yesterday, just picking up a few items, not, you know, and I can see the prices have changed within that 1 week period on vegetables, on meats, um, on eggs. Of course, eggs are again even higher than they were under Biden currently, and so for sure that's going to happen. But the other, and I just wanted to also mention that according to PayScale.com, the average farm worker makes about $13 on the low end, about $13 an hour. But again, I don't, I can't really verify if that's for documented workers, for citizens of the United States, or does that also include the immigrant labor? But on the low end, it it's about $13 an hour. But it is very hard work, so it's not like getting $13 an hour at McDonald's and 13 hours working on the in the fields. So it's not equivalent to other work that's done in that same price range. Okay. And also what the um, Farmanaut is determining the commodities that will be most effective by the immigration shortage, or the farm worker shortage, will be fruit and vegetables, dairy products, grain products, as well as meat processing. So those are the items that we are going to see spike first. And as I said, look in the big, comparing supermarket prices to even last week, I think that's already happening.